Fine, ready to go.
Yeah.
So, no. I hope that the Lion King will keep my youngest busy for a while. Okay, so I am here. I sent you some prep, and I wanted to go through these MCQs, and then I have other ones which are open questions, which we may argue a little bit if your voice allows that, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. This is for today. Please, before next time, be sure to send me the past papers.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Let's go. Which of the following is not a primary reason for government intervention in markets? I am already on the board, by the way.
Yeah. 1 second, sir. I'm also getting on the board.
Yes, please. I want to keep it as close to 60 minutes, just in case to gain advantage on some other lessons that I may have to tailor for differently.
Okay. So the economics code is
Yes, please.
9780.
9780.
Yes.
Okay. 80 or 08.
80.
Okay. Good. We'll go to that one later. Now, let's get to the first question.
Wednesday, 6th of May.
So, government...
so it will be paper/12 and paper/22.
Okay.
Paper/12 and paper/22.
Government intervention...
Yeah.
Is not for...
Which of following is not a primary reason for government intervention in markets according to Chapter 12?
Yes.
What's the Chapter 12?
Well, it's what is written in your... in the image you sent me. Forget about it. Just forget about it.
All right. Chapter 12. So, reasons for government intervention.
Yes.
To correct market failure arising from externalities, to redistribute income to achieve greater equity, to maximize producer surplus in
oligopolistic markets,
to provide public goods that the private sector undersupplies. The last one is the reason, I think. Because they're trying to fix a shortage.
Yes.
Then to maximize producer surplus, that's not one of them.
Exactly. Very good. Very good.
Marcus never heard of that as well.
Very good.
To redistribute the income, yeah. To correct market failure, that's what the price mechanism is used for.
Exactly. So it's not for maximizing surplus. That's part of the supplier's job, maximizing their surplus. Question 2. A government imposes a price ceiling on rental housing below the equilibrium price. What is the most likely long run?
Maximum price.
Yes. So long, I'm writing, long run effect of ceiling, of price ceiling is?
Maximum price. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that has to be the price maximum, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Mm, mhm. Below the equilibrium. So yeah, price maximum.
Yes.
Because price
You
maximum
may want
is
to
what
quickly,
below the
you
equilibrium.
may want to quickly draw here for yourself a
Yeah, we covered this yesterday.
Yes, okay. Demand supply.
This
Where is the
chapter.
ceiling? Just put it there. Just put it there. Very quickly.
Let's have it here.
Yes, that's it. This is the equilibrium. This is the quantity equilibrium, price equilibrium. This is the the ceiling price. This is the quantity that can be supplied at this price, and this is the quantity that is actually demanded at this price, which means that this is a shortage. This is the short run consequence. So shortage is short run. Shortage, short run. Good. What happens? What is the evolution of this situation? What is the evolution of having a shortage? How do desperate people for housing goddamn find a roof above their heads? For their children, for their wife, for their dogs.
They get subsidized.
Government is putting the ceiling because he wants to. It wants to grant housing for everybody, but there are 5 houses and 25 damn people. So unless you squeeze them living together, which is not actually a good solution, what is the long run evolution? People haven't got where to go because you can't raise the price.
So that's short. That's short term, right?
Yes.
And that's because it's a short term because they only changed one factor, right?
Well, no, it's short run because it is what immediately happens after the ceiling introduction.
It's been
Introduced or established.
yeah. Okay.
Good. So, what is the most likely long-term evolution? How can people avoid this shortage, solve this shortage?
People or government?
People.
So what's the problem here? Let me just specify a bit. That's our supply. That's our demand.
Yes.
Right? So this is the amount demanded.
This is the problem.
And this is the amount supplied.
Yes.
Actually. So the price here for the goods is too low.
Yes.
So suppliers
yes.
Produce less and consumers want more.
Exactly.
So what can be done here from the consumer part
Well, not from the consumer part, but how is the system going to evolve? Just have a look at the answer options and you may get inspired.
Oh, black market.
Yes,
No.
of course. Is black market. Can you make me an example of a black market?
Doesn't make sense. A doesn't make sense.
Of course.
Landlords increase investment in property maintenance. Also don't make sense.
Why not?
The supply curve becomes
Why not?
perfectly...
Why not? Comes up. Why not? Why aren't landlords going to increase investment?
Because if the producers stop producing housing, in this case, is likely to do with inefficiency of the well, that's my belief. It's likely to do with the inefficiency of doing so at the price set.
Why
Price
aren't why aren't landlords going to invest in housing?
Because it's unproductive.
Exactly, because it is inefficient. Very good. Black markets. Let's cut short and get to question 3.
Well, it's so weird. Black markets for rental. Interesting.
Of course.
Usually never happens in real life.
Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Oh, it does.
But you don't call them black markets. It's just
Well,
like
you don't call it
like,
black market, but black market is a good definition for everything which is beyond law. So you are not declaring
okay.
them, you know.
In that case, I understand what you're talking about.
Okay. Number 3, in the context of merit goods, which statement best explains why government subsidize them? Merit goods.
In the context of merit goods, because their social benefit exceeds marginal private benefit, because they're non-rivalrous and non-excludable, because their demand is perfectly inelastic, because producers cannot make profit without subsidies. I don't think the last one's right.
It's not.
See? Because their demand is perfectly elastic. What? Content of merit goods, so like with positive externality.
Yes.
So I don't really remember marginal social benefit and marginal private benefit.
Good. So let's take this one then.
Can I quickly go blow my nose?
Yes, please. Good. Just do that. Just do that. Of course, please.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll be right back.
Government subsidize because wait there. Soon be back.
мужик, ты мне деньги забыл положить.
Yes, I'm back.
Sure. So, my youngest one was was watching The Lion King, and it fall asleep. Just fall asleep. He's sleeping on the floor now. Okay. Anyway, I didn't think that it was so boring. Okay. So why do the government subsidize merit goods?
Because they want to promote them.
Exactly. And why do they want to promote them?
Because of the positive externalities that they have.
Well, they are underconsumed. Why? Because the marginal social benefit is greater than the marginal private benefit. So people ask themselves, why shall I pay more for someone else's benefit? Who cares about green cars, like low emission cars? Who cares? No, nobody cares. If you could pay your gasoline half, but run on gasoline instead of running on electric vehicles, you would, because nobody cares about, the environment. If you can get a quick benefit today. Hence, the government is providing this difference. Is helping. So what of the answer options is the correct one?
The subsidies.
Yes, about subsidies.
Yeah.
Well, I actually gave you.
One?
Yeah, on the third one, I gave you the answer. I didn't realize that the marginal social benefit is greater than the marginal private benefit. Now, can you taste this definition? What is the private benefit? What is the social benefit?
Marginal
social benefit and marginal private benefit.
Marginal social benefit.
Well, in this case, it is very useful. Look, let's talk about, these electric vehicles or what. So if you paid electric to go electric $10 a kilometer, and to run on gas you paid $5 per kilometer, what would be the marginal private benefit?
Could you repeat the question?
Yes. So you to run 1 kilometer you would pay $5 on gas, $10 on electro.
Mm-hmm.
What is the private benefit? What is the social benefit?
Well, the private benefit is like to do with utility and like how you would like how much would you like which option would you like the most?
Of course, and you are going to use gas because you save $5 per kilometer.
Yeah.
But what is the social benefit here? If you go
Well, it
electric,
kind of speaks for itself.
if you go electric, everybody would breathe better and the nature will be happier and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So most
So
likely,
it's a marginal overall environmental benefit.
exactly. So in this, situation, the most likely outcome would be a government subsidy, say of $5 per kilometer, so that everybody would have the choice. Either I ran on gas plus a tax, something like that, or I am getting a subsidy so that if I had gas, I have this $5 more and I can go electro for everybody to be happy. Very easy. Number 4, negative externalities in production.
All right. Okay.
Number 4. We have 2 more and then we go to the open questions. I want to discuss a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna speed up a bit.
Sure.
If a negative externality exists in a production, like pollution, what is the effect of imposing a tax, let's just say tax, equal to the marginal external cost? It shifts the supply curve leftward, increasing output and lowering price. It increases. Actually, that's the first one is wrong.
Is wrong.
There's
yes.
a lot of fancy words. Sorry.
It is wrong. Yes.
There's a lot of fancy words here, but all I feel like I need to understand is what happens when an externality, negative externality, has a tax on it imposed.
Well, is the first one completely wrong?
Well, it shouldn't be lowering the cost, no?
Let's discuss about it.
Just for this case, it's wrong. But
look,
but
draw.
If that was the case,
draw. It is the best thing ever. Just here.
Yeah, but I won't be having the options to draw.
No, but you can do it closing your eyes, and this is, one image conveys 1,000 words. So this is your supply, this is your demand, QP, where is the supply curve with the tax?
Here?
Yes. So is it left or right?
Left.
Exactly. So it really shifts the supply curve left. But does it increase...
supply, I thought it said demand. Okay.
Does it increase the output?
No.
Okay. So left shift lowers the output. So option A is half correct, but the conclusions are wrong. Then let's go on.
Okay, it internalizes the externality. Internalize. What's an internalization?
Well, you had externalities that may be internalized when you include the marginal external cost in the internal ones.
Yeah, I never heard of that happening. So my belief is that that's also wrong. Then it eliminates consumer surplus entirely. So eliminating, is that impossible?
It is impossible, of course.
That's impossible. That cannot happen, cannot occur. And then it causes a deadweight loss larger than the original externality. So deadweight loss, where is it going to be here? So 1, 2, bam, bam. So that's our deadweight loss, right here.
Yes.
Before, there was no deadweight loss.
Actually, this is the marginal social cost, this is the marginal private cost, and this is the positive externality. Here in this moment, this is the positive externality. It's not the deadweight loss. This is the negative, actually, not positive, the negative externalities. Because these costs aren't carried out by anybody. They are carried on by third parties, which is the society. So I don't get it, honestly. Okay. The correct answer is B. Because when you introduce a tax, you go from the original produced pollution, so too much pollution, to a socially acceptable pollution level.
Didn't you say the bottom one is the private one?
No, not in this case.
Okay.
This
so
is
the top one's the private one.
No, look. This is the demand, which is private, and this is social. So this one the blue one is the social one, which is less than the private. Who is the private here? The private here is the supplier, who doesn't care about what the society wants. He just wants to earn money.
Is it always like that?
Well, in this case, yes, we are talking about externalities in production, and when we are talking about negative externalities, we are always looking at what are the damages to society or to somebody else of overproducing something which is not taxed. So it is overproduced to gain more money. Doesn't care else than his pocket.
Okay.
The consumers and the society is paying this extra cost. So what is the government gonna do? It is gonna tax the producer or the supplier so that he will lower the production. And the demand, in this case, we are talking about a demerit good, pollution, demerit good. So the lower the demand, the better.
Yeah. Okay.
Demand is not only when you go to the shop and pay something. Demand is everything what is gained by buyers, whether you like it or not. And you do buy pollution, even if you don't think about it. You are buying pollution. Every time you tank up your car, you buy pollution.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So when the government introduces this Pigouvian tax equal to the marginal external cost, this marginal external cost is internalized. What does it mean that it is internalized? So the internalization, is the cost is now carried over by the suppliers. Which are internal this business.
Mm-hmm.
This is the internalization of the externality.
So this says the cost is now
Carried over by the
Okay.
suppliers.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Now let's get to a couple of open response questions.
But we didn't answer, no.
Sorry?
We didn't answer.
Well, you can happily now find the correct answer here.
Oh yeah, we did answer. Never mind. B.
Exactly.
Okay.
Good. Now, open questions. So I think these are going to be the best prep that I will ever produce. So define merit good and demerit good. Merit, demerit. For each, explain why the market may fail to allocate resources efficiently. And discuss one policy tool the government could use to correct the failure in each case. Let me copy and paste the question. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm not yet used to the iPhone thing, so let me copy and paste it on WhatsApp. Sorry, on Telegram. Where is Telegram? The swiping thing is awesome, but the editing text and so on is complicated. Allora. Okay, this is the question.
Well, there's the benefits. There are a few benefits.
Mm-hmm.
At least every time I heard a person going from Android to iPhone, I've heard positive thoughts. Now, define merit and demerit. Okay, let's have that.
I'm here.
Yeah. Merit and demerit goods.
Yes.
So can I screen share my screen and just have that in what's it called? Notability, because it's way easier to write down the long answers and stuff.
You don't need to answer. You don't need to write them down. You may want to just write them on paper. I need to fix concepts here. Then just you can do how you wish. Just know that I am not running Teams on the same device that I am running the board. So I don't know how I'm going to see what you are writing.
All right. Okay. Let's have it in hydro then. So merit good. Merit.
No, use text. Use text or just word it. Just word it. Forget about writing. You can do it later as a prep because I am sending you these questions and I would like you to word them better via typed text.
Well, so for each, explain why the market may fall to allocate resource efficiently. Illustrate your answer with one real-world example for each type of good, and discuss one policy tool. I don't know the policy, sir. I don't recall the policy.
Okay, I'm going to fetch that in.
The fiscal and monetary stuff.
We can let's get to the first two and then I will we will give an example about policies.
Okay. Well.
By the way, the policies are the last thing that we discussed. Here are the policies. Here are the policies. The ones. Governmental.
That's pros and cons, no?
Yes. Of what? Of policies. Anyway, let's get back here.
Okay. Okay, I see how it is. So I do know the policies. Subsidization and taxation.
Let's go on with the merit goods. What is a merit good?
Merit good is a good that that will ultimately lead to a positive externality. So now for them,
is it overconsumed or underconsumed?
It's underconsumed. It's overconsumed. No, it's underconsumed. No, it's underconsumed.
Underconsumed. Why?
It's underconsumed because there's not enough provided by the public sector, by the.
Why not? Why is it not provided? It is correct, but why is it not provided?
Not enough resources.
Not enough efficient. It is not giving out enough money. That's why it is under.
Oh, right.
So
I don't know
doesn't. You must be more cynical. You have a heart. Economists don't have heart. Doesn't pay off. So nobody is producing it. Good. People undervaluate benefits. It's not just about money. Benefits under-evaluated. What is a demerit good then? For instance, education.
A demerit good.
Yes.
A good that provides negative externalities and is overconsumed.
Why is it overconsumed?
Because it is it's overconsumed because it's efficient and profitable.
Because people, it is overconsumed and therefore overproduced. So yes, it is profitable.
And also it's addictive, I think.
And of course, and people under-evaluate the costs. Under-evaluate evaluate costs, since they are not paid by the people, but are paid by someone else. Who cares if you, I don't care if you pay costs of my, tuition, alcohol, cigarettes, I don't care. As long as you are the one paying them. This is the negative externalities, by the way. Gov't is paying for what Philo is enjoying. Gov't is the external party paying the cost of my own, hanging out, for instance. But I don't care, since you are paying. I'm not paying, you are paying. So the costs for me are low, so my demand is big.
Okay.
Very good. Why is there a market failure reason? This is very easy but very technical.
Because the resources aren't allocated properly.
Exactly. So the margin, in the case of demerit, the marginal private benefit is greater than the marginal social benefit. Social means you and I. You and I. But you are paying, I am not. So my own benefit are better than the ones together. Because mine are +5 and together is going to be 0. I pay 5, so I gain 5, you pay 5. So the sum of it is 0. And this is a market inefficiency, so market failure. Considering this one, the merit good instead, the marginal private benefit is lower than the marginal social benefit. And so it is all under-consumed. But this is again a market failure. Got it? Okay. Now, what can be an example of government policy to solve the situation?
For negative externalities. Right?
Well, for positive as well. Both lead.
Subsidies.
Okay, positive. So, for instance, in the case of education, I can subsidize schooling. I help people giving money, sending their children to school. In this case, instead, in the case of the negative externalities, what can I say? What can I make if I am the government?
You can tax.
Exactly, just tax. Very good. Let's get to number 20, the next one, which is, okay, I like it. Let me copy and paste like this. Where is Telegram? When you have too many windows open, actually the swiping thing doesn't work, but okay. Let's go to this one. So these subsidies and tax are possible, are governmental policies.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Analyze the economic consequences of imposing a
minimum wage.
Minimum. Consequences of imposing a binding minimum wage above the equilibrium wage rate. Use a labor market.
So granted minimum wage.
Okay, so what would the market graph look like for the labor market, kind of? I don't really. Is it also like? It's not also price and quantity, right?
Do you think so?
And like. I'm just not sure how the graph would look like.
The same as all the others. This is the power of economy. One graph for everything, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. One. Like this.
This
right?
is the labor market.
So quantity here would be the quantity of labor supplied, right?
Yes. In this case, by society. And the demanded quantity is going to be the quantity that firms are demanding.
So are the prices wages?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Bending minimum wage above the equilibrium wage rate, right? That's our equilibrium. Right?
Yes.
So for we're viewing this from the perspective of firms, right? As if we were firms.
Yes. Well.
Okay. So for $30 an hour, for example, right? We have like 200 people.
Which is willing to work. Hence, say that how many people would be up to work for 15? Hold on. Sorry. How many people? Show me, please, where you can see how many people are willing to work for $15 an hour.
Here, I mean, you kind of showed it, no?
No. That was
that would be how much are willing.
Exactly. That was a trick. Because
there's going to be 2 points.
You have.
That's how much is demanded.
Yes, of course. Of course, firms want a lot of people working as slaves, of course. But there are few people offering their services for $15. Okay, let me delete.
Okay, so our price, right?
Well, the wage.
Wage. Set somewhere here above.
Yes, exactly.
Minimum, which is above.
Exactly.
Somewhere here.
So is it a floor or is it a ceiling?
It's a floor. It's a floor. No.
Because.
It's a floor because that's the minimum wage.
So where is the market taking place? Where are
above?
Exactly. So bargains are conducted here. That's why it is a floor. Very good. Okay.
Okay. So now our wage will be $50, $40. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it this way. We got 1 point here, and we got the other point here. This is how many are willing to work.
Yes. Quantity of labor, you can also call them employment, right?
This is how much is actually needed. Okay?
Yes.
So this would tell us that this part here is surplus.
Exactly. Which in our words, in terms of employment, is what?
Well, too many people wanting the job and not having enough.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Sorry?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No. Because this is people.
Oh, unemployment.
Yes, unemployment. Because there are a lot of people offering themselves to work, but they are not given a job because firms don't want to pay that much.
Okay, unemployment.
Good. Now, consequences. This is very good. I mean, I'm very satisfied. I'm really satisfied. So very good. Very good analysis. And by the way, you see, this shows you and shows me that we are already okay with price floor and price ceilings, which is extremely good. So
I feel like that's my strongest. Topic, to be honest.
Good. Then we are going to test the rest. Only 1 hour today, or shall we go for 90?
It's only an hour, sir. I have to leave.
Okay.
Countryside. I'm
Too bad.
in my
Too bad.
apartment right now.
Okay, too bad. Then consequences.
So consequences of having unemployment.
Yes.
Consequences.
Well, there are not only negative consequences though, because the good consequences is that
positive as well.
You have high wages for employed workers. So who can work good is paid good. The other ones are just fired. So you may have job losses for least skilled workers. Exactly. The long run possible unintended effects. What would you do if you were a firm? You can't hire because you gotta pay them too much. What do you do then?
Could you repeat the question?
You are a job, you are an employer. You can't hire because you gotta pay them too much. It's more or less like in Italy, but okay. What do?
You hire less.
You hire less, but you still need work. So how do you do that?
There's different ways, like maybe machinery.
Okay, automation.
Maybe you ask them to do more work.
Slavery, so black market.
Yeah.
Black market, slavery.
What else? Maybe blackmail could be a good.
Exactly, of course.
Explanation.
Of course.
What else can be done?
At the end, you may have an inflationary pressure.
Maybe you could lower the production rate and
of course.
Costs
of course.
for production
of course.
in order to employ more people.
So, inflation and lower production. And I would say that's it for today.
All right, sir.
I will
Okay.
send you a couple of questions for you to prep longer. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for today's lesson.
See you on Tuesday.
And yeah, I hope to see you this Tuesday and
Yes.
Saturday. Next Tuesday, next Saturday.
Count on that.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Have a great rest of your day.